What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. With the release of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum hitting theaters this weekend, it's a perfect time to get in the John Wick mood and review a John Wick film I haven't reviewed on the channel yet. I won't be reviewing John Wick Chapter 2 because I already reviewed that movie back when it came out in 2017, so if you want to watch that review, link is in the description. I haven't reviewed the first one, so let's talk about John Wick. This movie came out in 2014. It was directed by Chad Stahelski, and it stars Keanu Reeves as John Wick. We know the plot to this movie. John Wick has his wife. His wife dies of a terminal illness, and so she gives him a puppy named Daisy to help him grieve her loss, and so we all know the dog and the car and all that. Some thugs, he comes across some thugs at a gas station, and then they break into his house one night, they steal his car, and they murder his puppy. How dare you? So John Wick has to come out of retirement as the hitman, and he has to kill those douchebags, and so he can get his revenge. Keanu Reeves is well known for playing Neo in the Matrix trilogy, and then he also did Speed, which is underrated. He also did Point Break, and now he's doing John Wick. Like, this man is like the big 90s action star. Might I add, Keanu Reeves is over 50 years old, and he's still doing action movies like a badass mofo. I didn't see this movie in theaters, and I was hating on myself for missing out on this. And when I watched it on Blu-ray when I got it, I fell in love with this movie. I fell in love with the world, the story, the character of John Wick, the world of assassins. Like, this is such a cool movie. It's so badass and so awesome. It's one of my favorite action films this decade. Rewatching the first John Wick today, I can honestly say Keanu Reeves, this is his best performance he's given in his career. You can feel the emotion his character has and all the loss he has suffered. His wife, his dog, his car, everything gets taken from this guy, and you want him to beat the shit out of these guys and get his revenge, and that's what John Wick does in this movie. Keanu Reeves is so good in this film. His character is badass, and just his performance is so subtle but great. The cinematography in both of these John Wick movies are so stellar. All the camera shots in this movie act like they feel realistic. It's so colorful. There's a lot of blues, a lot of blacks. All of this fits very well with the cool action film that we see. John Wick 1 really builds a strong story compared to the second film. This movie has a strong story that makes you really care about the character, because if you don't care about the character at all, then this franchise doesn't work. And that's why we have 3 John Wick movies now, because it set up the character and you care about what's going on. And now let's get to the part that you want me to talk about, the freaking action sequences. Oh my goodness! The house fight, when all of those guards are breaking into John Wick's house and he's shooting them up, he's beating them up, they're shooting at him, he's shooting back. It sets up a great action sequence. And Keanu Reeves is doing them, man. He is doing these stunts himself, and he knows how to do them right. And of course, everybody's favorite scene, the nightclub scene. The nightclub scene is one of the best action sequences ever put to film. It's the timing, it's the gun fu, the feeling of realness in that action sequence. The gunshots are big. The music is epic. All the nightclub scenes, there's a lot of great bebops. Boom, 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 boom. And when you watch that scene, you'll definitely hear it with those noises. And then it cuts right to this big ballroom where there's DJs and he's just shooting people. People are screaming and Keanu Reeves is just shooting people up, beating people up. It's so awesome! I love the Continental. I love Winston, the man who's running the front of the Continental. He's so cool. Good evening, Mr. Wick, and please enjoy your stay. Like, whenever a cool action sequence is going down, it just cuts right to Keanu Reeves talking to some neighbor. He's just like, "Hey, John, how's it going? Hey, how's it going, Tim?" And you definitely know what I'm talking about. Like, Keanu Reeves just murders somebody, and it's at his house. Like, there's a cop outside his door, and he's just like, "Hey, John, are you still working again?" "Yeah, I'm just taking care of some stuff." Willem Dafoe is also in the film. He's not in it as much as I'd like him to, but Willem Dafoe adds a coolness to his character as well. And this is going to be spoilers, so if you haven't seen any of the John Wick movies, they're going to have spoilers. But when his character gets killed off, Willem Dafoe, I'm like, damn, this feels like a mafia movie, like Goodfellas meets The Godfather. Like, I feel bad for Willem Dafoe because he's hired by the main Russian thug to kill John Wick for $2 million, and he dies because of it. But really, the Russian thug you hate the most is Alfie Allen, the guy from Game of Thrones, which, by the way, I've been watching Game of Thrones. He plays one of the Stark sons. He's the one that kills the dog. You want to kill him, and I hated his character so much, and you're supposed to, because he's playing a character. And Chad Stahelski's direction for all 3 John Wick movies. Like, this man needs to get enough credit as an action movie director. Like him and David Leitch, they did the first one, and David Leitch went on to do Deadpool 2. Now he's doing Hobbs and Shaw this year, which I'm excited about. A lot of people complain that John Wick really feels like a Mary Sue, like he really has no challenge in the film. The Russian thug, there's one bodyguard in this movie that really gives him a run for his money, but if you watch John Wick Chapter 2, there's one character in that film, Common, who's, I'd say, the number one person to challenge John Wick physically. This is going to be hard to top. We'll see if Chapter 3 does top this one, but yeah, I absolutely loved this movie, guys. It's one of my favorite action films of the decade. Keanu Reeves has cemented himself as this possibly being his most iconic role, and the role he'll always be remembered for. Like, this first John Wick movie set up a great world, great action sequences, great characters, and just a fantastic movie all around. I'm giving the first John Wick, boom, a 5 out of 5 stars. Of course, this movie's fantastic. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts and review on John Wick, the first one. So in the comment section below, let me know what you guys think of John Wick, the first one. Down below, do you love it? Think it's okay? Do you absolutely hate it? Let me know down below. And also let me know your thoughts on Chapter 2 as well if you love it. Stay tuned to my review for Chapter 3 Parabellum once I see it Thursday night. And after that, I'm going to be ranking all 3 John Wick movies, and you will find out which one is my favorite. Thank you guys as always for watching this review, and if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe today for more content. All my social media links are in the description down below. Click that notification bell on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!